Well, hoop season started here in Hyrum at Mountain Crest High School, and we're going to end the regular season in the same place. Tonight, though, it's Mountain Crest playing host to Skyview. Yeah, big bad Skyview, 19-2, 9-0 in region play. We saw them last week come from 18 points down to win against Ridgeline at home in a thriller in their senior night, their last home game of the year. That was a heck of a ball game. They didn't have any sort of hangover either because they went on Wednesday night to beat Green Canyon by 30 points. Last time these two teams played, Mountain Crest and Skyview, it was a 14-point Skyview win. Carter Davis had a big game in that game. He had 27 points, and he's really played well as the season's gone on. This Skyview team just has it all together. Mountain Crest, they're playing to get tuned up for those playoffs, hoping to get to the Spectrum floor. It's coming up next on the Valley Channel.
Wendy's is saying thanks for making the Junior Bacon Cheeseburger America's #1 bacon cheeseburger by giving you more of what you love. Introducing Wendy's Giant Junior Bacon Cheeseburger. Double the beef, double the bacon, and now it comes in a giant meal for $5 with nuggets, fries, and a drink. There's absolutely nothing junior about it, except the price. Get Wendy's $5 Giant Junior Bacon Cheeseburger meal before it's gone.
Bring back what you've been missing. Bring back Cache Valley Hearing and Audiology. Bring back what you've been missing. Bring back Cache Valley Hearing and Audiology.
So I had a chance to talk with Coach Chandler Smith of the Mountain Crest Mustangs earlier this week. Talked to him a little bit about the season and what he felt about his team. 7-14 this year, only 1-8 in region play, and really on a 7-game losing streak in region. But he said, we're coming along. We're turning around the culture here. Teams have to learn how to win. He said, we've had so many games where we've been up late. Some of those games up by double figures in late and haven't been able to close them out. We just have to learn how to win. As we talked about Skyview, he said, man, this Skyview team, they are the complete package. They've got great players, great coach. They're just a great team. He said, he knows they've got an uphill climb tonight against Skyview, but he says, we're playing for the Spectrum right now, meaning those state playoffs are up in the Spectrum. If they win their first round game, they're playing up on that Spectrum floor. He says, we play well tonight and really execute. That'll give us some confidence going into the first round of the playoffs. It's coming up on the Valley Channel. Don't go anywhere.
Say the word base. Say the word mess.
The game of the week on the Valley Channel is brought to you by Wendy's of Cache Valley. It's way better than fast food. It's Wendy's. Cache Valley Hearing and Audiology. Bring back what you have been missing. Palmer Home Furnishings. Our low overhead means higher quality at lower prices. Aspen Dental. Get that gorgeous smile you've always wanted. Custom Fence Company. Privacy, security, peace of mind. Rich's Cars and Credit. Good guys you can trust. Anderson Seed and Garden. Growing better gardeners. The Logo Shop. We logo stuff, all kinds of stuff. KSM means music. Music is all we do. Factory Pizzeria, we're open late after the game. And the Valley Channel, Cache Valley's TV station for over 30 years.
Thank you very much.
Well, this is it for the regular season. Tonight's the last one. The playoffs start next week. In fact, the home site games are on Tuesday night. We'll have to let you know which game we may be doing there. It's looking, and we'll look at this later on in this game tonight, but there may only be one Valley team playing at home. But again, we'll take a look at those a little bit later. Skyview comes into this game 19-2, 9-0 in region play. Their starters tonight, Tanner Davis, the only junior in that starting lineup.
Number 5, Carter Davis.
Carter Davis, his brother, the senior, who had a heck of a game against Ridgeline last week on our game of the week. Hayden Howell, the three-point specialist,
6'5",
who's been playing a lot since he was a freshman. He's logged a lot of minutes. Logan Deal, 15 points and 7 rebounds for the 6'5" senior. Brooks Rigsby will be down low with him. He's a 6'4" senior as well, and they're going to turn off the lights here at Mountain Crest. The 7-14 Mustangs were 7-6 as region play started, but they've lost 7 straight. And even with that, though, they've had a much better season than they've had the last couple of seasons. Oliver Nethercott's the leading scorer on this team at 12 points per game. He's a 6'1" senior. Rignan Anderson's a 6'2" junior. He's into the starting lineup as they're going to start bringing Joseph Hunsaker off the bench. Ray Robbins taking a starting spot. He's really come on as the season has wound down. And down low the big guys, Hunter Pugmire is 6'5". He's also a senior. And then 6'7" junior, Caden Hess, number 30. We'll try to battle against the bigs for Skyview. Deal and Rigby are 6'5" and 6'4", so he's taller than them. But those two are built a little more powerfully than Hess. Hess a little bit skinnier. It'll be interesting to see what the Mustangs can do tonight against Skyview. They're the big underdog. And talking to Coach Smith, he said, you know, we just have to learn how to close out games. We're up late against Green Canyon. We were up late against Logan. We lost to Bear River in overtime, and we've taken big strides, he said. We just haven't figured out how to close things out. Meanwhile, you've got Skyview that's clicking and seems to be peaking at just the right time. Are they going to re-jump that? Yeah, they are.
We'll try that again. Goes to the Mustangs.
So that benefits Mountain Crest because they lost the original toss, and they get this one as Pugmire wins the tap. Nethercott looks down low, turn into Hess, put it up against the double team, miss, gets it back, and then it's swatted away by Davis, and Carter Davis grabs it, throws it out of bounds off of one of the Mustangs. So Skyview gets a possession. Skyview's so long, right? These guys with long arms and just look like basketball players. You look at Howell, who pulls up from the short corner and hits. He's got long arms. He's only 6'1" compared to some of these other guys, but Coach Smith said, you know, we had guys holding pickleball paddles as they were playing defense in their scrimmages to try to really show how long Skyview is, as Hess turns in and gets a bucket and ties things up at 2. Said, yeah, we just added a few extra inches to our hands because we have to give them a good look. And missed down low by Rigby. and Pugmire grabs the board. Anderson tries the middle. He's shut off there by Tanner Davis. So here's Nethercott. Nethercott gives it off to Hess. One dribble to the rim and a foul.
Hey, Hess takes the hole and it's foul. Shooting 2.
And they're going to call the foul on
Foul.
Carter Davis.
Number 5, Carter Davis. First personal foul, first team foul.
Hess goes to the free throw line.
Hess hits his first.
With Skyview this year, in their games, going into last week's game, it was 16 of 19 as they missed. 16 of 19 games, they had had at least one quarter where they'd scored 20 or more points to really blow a game open. They did it against Green Canyon as well as Deal spins in with a nice move. So with Skyview, it's almost a feeling of not if, but when. Anderson can't get it to go over the front of the iron, and the ball's still alive, taken out of there by Davis, and it's swatted away by Nethercott, but Nethercott picks up the foul.
Tanner Davis takes the hole as foul. Number 3. All over Nethercott.
Had a talk with
first team foul. Davis
Coach
shooting 2.
Smith, and one of the things that came up was, who's played really well for you, and he mentioned Ollie Nethercott. He said the thing is, the second half of region has been tough on him. He said because he has been such a good player that teams are concentrating on him with their defense, so he's not getting as many looks.
And the second.
Davis hits both. It's 6-3 Skyview, and here's that pressure. Pugmire comes up to get it, and he hands it back to Rigdon Anderson. Nethercott and Anderson play catch with it. Here's Robbins, decides against a 3. Anderson steps inside, rims out. Good look, just wouldn't go down, and it's rebounded out of there by Skyview. Here's Carter Davis. Davis spins, gives it back to Rigby. 3-pointer on the way, won't go. Long rebound, chased down by Nethercott. Gets it forward to Anderson. Anderson goes into Rigby, won't go. Rebounded by Pugmire, he puts it back up and in. Hunter Pugmire makes it a 6-5 ball game. Skyview with the 1-point lead, 5:10 to play in this first period. Deal working against Hess, kicks it out to Tanner Davis, whose 3 is good. So Tanner Davis off to an early start, 5 points in the first 3 minutes of this game, and it's a 9-5 Skyview lead. Nethercott, high post to Hess. Hess turns off the glass and in. Hess with 5 points for Mountain Crest, 9-7 Skyview. Davis with a nice look to Deal, who misses. Rigby can't get the rebound to go, and Skyview with a chance to tie or take the lead. Anderson kicks it out front to Nethercott. Ray Robbins looking at a 3-pointer, likes what he sees. Robbins has played well down the stretch for Mountain Crest and the Mustangs with the early 10-9 lead. Coach Hilliard talking to the refs the entire possession there, saying, yeah, my guy got fouled the last time down. Here's Davis. Gets it blocked from behind, gets it back. This time he puts it in and he'll go to the line. The outside official called it. The official down underneath did not. And Anderson picks up the foul. So Tanner Davis with 7 and one more free throw to come. Tanner Davis off to a good start for Skyview. He's got 8 of his team's 12 points. Mountain Crest doing pretty good against the Skyview press so far. This is what we saw with Ridgeline last week, right? They just couldn't get anything going off that zone. There's the miss on the 3, and we're quickly going the other way, and Robbins bumped Davis.
Number 5, and Ray Robbins, first personal foul.
Robbins with his first, that's the third team foul.
Joseph Hunsaker.
Hunsaker comes into the ball game, and Robbins will sit. Howell down low quickly to Deal. Turn in off the glass, won't go. Anderson with a rebound. We're heading the other way. Here's Nethercott. Nethercott right down the lane to the rim. No foul as he hits the ground hard, but Hess is there to clean it up, and Hess with 7 points in the first quarter. We're tied up at 12. 3:15 to play in the first period, 12-12 at Mountain Crest. Carter Davis goes behind the back, spins inside, misses, rebound fought for. Pugmire's got a hold of it, as does Rigby. They're going to call a jump ball. Possession arrow favors Skyview. Tanner Davis hands in to Deal, who gives it right back. Coming in from the other side is Rigby. Loses his footing and gives it to Deal. Now we're back out front with it. Carter Davis. Pump fake, handed to Deal, block shot. 2 free throws coming though.
Foul, number 30,
As Hess picks up his first. The official says, hit him in the head, which they really frown on in most sports. So Deal hits the first free throw. That's the 4th free throw of the first quarter for Skyview. Mountain Crest has 2 of their own. And Skyview's 5 for 5 from the free throw line in the early going. Hunsaker, too tall for Nethercott. He spotted him, and Nethercott had started to kind of run down that sideline. Then he slowed up, and Hunsaker whipped it out there, and it was just out of reach. And that's the second turnover for Mountain Crest. 2:35 to play in the first period, 14-12 Skyview. Mountain Crest has led once. Skyview's led a few times. Hayden Howell's shot won't go down. Anderson brings the rebound across the timeline. Handed back to Nethercott. Howell jumps out on him. And there's Hunsaker. Anderson looking for something. Now he finds Nethercott. Down goes Rigby. And they call the block. Rigby kind of slid over and started to go down even before there was much contact. He was trying to draw that charge, and he started his fall a little too early. Second foul on Skyview and the first on Rigby. Down low to Hess, turns in against Deal, and Deal turns around and says, wait, what? And he picks up his first foul.
Logan Deal, first personal foul.
So Hess goes back to the free throw line. He's 1 of 2. He's got 7 points in this first period. 2:02 to play as Hess puts his 8th point in. Tanner Davis has 8 points for Skyview. Hess misses the second. So Davis and Hess keeping their respective teams afloat here in the early going, in a 1-point ball game, 14-13 Skyview. Block shot by Pugmire. It's Kendrick Terrell has his shot blocked. Hilliard's in the ball game now as well as he pressures Anderson. Down low they go to Hess. He runs right over top of Tanner Davis. And Davis timed his fall perfectly. Soon as Hess hit him, he hit the deck. And he ends up drawing the foul. And for Hess, that's his second. And that's a big loss. Travis Leiser comes into the ball game now. He'll be called upon to try to replace what Hess has been doing. Hess has 8 points. 8 of his team's 13 points. Leiser, he's kind of a pogo stick in there, and that's him with the ball. Has it blocked, rebounded by Pugmire. Pugmire loses control, gets it back to Anderson. Anderson turns it over. Here come the Bobcats. Throw down by Tanner Davis. 3-point lead as we slide under a minute to play. Skyview out front, 16-13. Nethercott slips down. Skyview wanted to travel. Step back three. Down goes Anderson, and Hilliard bumped him.
Anderson got the line, shooting 3. Foul number 12.
Hilliard's first foul, and that's 4 team
First
fouls
personal
now
foul,
on
14
Skyview.
fouls.
5 on Mountain Crest. Josh Arnell getting set to check in for the Mustangs. As Anderson misses the front end of 3. So 2 more coming for Anderson. It's a 3-point ball game with 44.7 seconds to play in the first period. Anderson misses 2.
Checking in from Mountain Crest, Josh Arnell.
And Cole Hilliard saying, ball don't lie. Anderson misses all 3. And a rebound by Tanner Davis, who's had a big first period. 10 points, 10 of his team's 16. Deal, Howell, and Davis, your only the 3 starters on the bench. Terrell, jump stop, kicks it out to Hilliard. Hilliard's 3 won't go. Rebounded by Hunsaker. Shot clock is off. 15 seconds to play in the 3-point ball game, 16-13 Skyview. Now we're under 10 seconds. As the first quarter winds down, Mountain Crest looking for a shot. Pugmire fires it up, and the tap from Leiser almost goes, but almost doesn't count, and it's a 16-13 Skyview lead as we head for the break. You're watching the Game of the Week on the Valley Channel.
Found in the orange gym. If anybody, it is a great case with seals. So anybody that lost their phone in the orange gym, it'll be up here at the announcer's table. Get a chance to watch.
Well, President's Day is always when these furniture stores have their biggest sales of the year, and that goes double, triple, or whatever you want to say for Palmer's. Palmer's Home Furnishings down the road here in Providence. They've just gone down to the big Vegas furniture show, right? And what they've done is they bought all of the Southern Motion displays, Southern Motion brand. They bought the displays, $75,000 worth of furniture that they picked up at half price, and they're going to pass those savings on to you. Half price because they were the display models. There's nothing wrong with them. They were just out on display just at this furniture show that lasted for a few days. So you get furniture in great condition. Southern Motion is also American made. It's cheaper than the import because of this deal we got going, and it's better made. So you get great furniture at a great price if you go over to Palmer's Home Furnishing. Their big President's Day sale going on now. Palmer's Home Furnishings. 10 points for Tanner Davis in that first period for Skyview. 8 for Caden Hess for Mountain Crest, but Caden Hess picked up 2 fouls, and he's going to be sitting on the bench. We'll see how long Coach Smith keeps him on that bench. If Mountain Crest can stay close, I'm sure he'll leave him there the rest of the half. So we got a wet floor over here, right in front of the Skyview bench. And making sure they get that all wiped up. Mountain Crest will get the ball first here in this second period, trailing 16-13. Arnell, Anderson, Robbins, Leiser, and Pugmire in the ball game. Pugmire wanted the ball down low. They don't get it to him. Anderson steps into a 3, hits it.
Anderson drills a 3.
So he missed the 3 free throws there in the first period, but he ties it up with the 3-point shot. 16 apiece. Terrell fakes the 3, drives inside, misses. Skyview's missed quite a few at the rim here in the early going. And Mountain Crest doing a good job on the boards. Robbins. Now Leiser. Throws it out to Robbins. Robbins lets it go out of bounds. Robbins was trying to keep Carter Davis from getting to the basketball. You see what you're talking about? You think you have a passing lane,
Oliver Nethercott.
but you got Spider-Man, Plastic Man, and Octo Man all out there on the perimeter for Skyview, and those guys can reach anything. So Mountain Crest retains possession. Skyview has not turned it over in this half. 3 seconds on the shot clock. Shot blocked by Nethercott. He tried to put it up there, and Carter Davis was right in his grill. And we're going the other way. 5th turnover for Mountain Crest. They had 4 in that first period. Skyview with a chance to take the lead back now as we're tied at 16 with 6:50 to play in the first half. Terrell hands it off to Carter Davis. Carter Davis down the lane, swooping in, and one for numero 5. So Davis gets on the board. He took that game over against Ridgeline, doing things like that, going right to the hoop.
Carter Davis shooting 1. Taking it from Mountain Crest Mustangs. Tanner Puckmeyer and Joseph
Tanner
Hunsaker.
Davis will sit, and Hayden Howell will come back in. And Davis with a chance at the 3-point play. 5 for 5 from the free throw line for Skyview tonight. And Davis makes it 6 for 6. And he has 3 points, and the lead is 3 for the Bobcats. Hilliard and Davis up top. Terrell and Howell and Rigby down low. They go high post to Robbins. He throws it right into Pugmire's legs, and then Pugmire hits the deck, and they call a travel.
Skyview basketball.
So here's Skyview putting that pressure on and making it hard for the offense to find a shot, and they create a turnover. Coach Smith told me earlier, he said, you know, we're probably going to turn it over a few times. They do a good job at creating those turnovers. Robbins came out and was trying to get to Davis, and Terrell was standing there like a guard on a football line, which he had every right to do, and Robbins put 2 hands in his chest and just shoved him down. And the shot won't go, but it's free throws for Terrell, and it's free throws the rest of the way for Skyview. There's 6:06 to play in the first half, and we're already in the penalty. Terrell misses the free throw, and Mountain Crest, again, one thing they've done well tonight is defensive rebounding. So here's what happens with this Skyview defense, right? Teams just kind of push it around, and can't ever find a shot because Skyview plays that zone so well. Howell ahead to Tanner Davis. Gives it to Terrell, who took his eyes off the ball. Now he finds Rigby. A block by Hunsaker. And oh boy, they don't like that call here in Hyrum.
Foul number 11, Joseph Hunsaker.
His first 8th team foul. Coach Smith doesn't like it, and he's having a chat with the official. And this will be 2 because it was on a shot. Rigby misses. So after going 6 for 6 to start this game from the free throw line for Skyview, they've missed their last 2. They've missed their last 3. Skyview's been to the line 9 times in this first half. Mountain Crest has been to the line 6 times. You know, Robbins had the inbounds throw to the backcourt, and instead he goes all the way across court with it, and he throws it over the head of Anderson. And
Basketball. Timeout, Mountain Crest.
took a look at Chandler Smith, and he just kind of made that coach look, right? Where it's just like, those are the things as a coach you talk about. The logo shop one of our sponsors. We logo stuff, plain and simple. Come to the logo shop for all your promotional and personal needs. They've got everything, T-shirts, pens, and everything in between. They do it all at the logo shop. Hey, and can we just talk about Wendy's of Logan for a minute? They got those square patty burgers that we just know and love down at Wendy's. They've got chicken sandwiches that really changed the game when they introduced those chicken sandwiches, and everybody loves their nuggets. They also have fresh-made salads. They got the hot and crispy fries, old school chili and baked potatoes. And start your day off right with their new breakfast sandwiches, and you can satisfy that sweet tooth with a classic Frosty or even something from their bakery. From kids' meals to meal deals, Wendy's menu is stacked with value. Wendy's, a Game of the Week sponsor.
It'll be Skyview basketball.
So my unofficial stats show 7 turnovers for Mountain Crest and 0 for Skyview. I may have missed 1 or 2 for Skyview. But even if I did, they don't have many. And they've created a few, which they usually do. Download a deal, he loses it out of bounds, and there's a turnover. Arnell is going to check in for Hunsaker. And Skyview setting up that pressure. And players running into each other all over the place. And Carter Davis is going to pick up his second foul. We'll see what Coach Hilliard does now. If Davis has 2 fouls, is he going to sit him down with 5:18 to play in half, or is he going to leave him? For now, he's leaving him. So the Davis brothers are right there in your screen pressuring as Skyview's back to their starting 5. Mountain Crest is at their starting 5, minus Hess, who's on the bench in foul trouble. Missed by Anderson, rebounded by Carter Davis. It's a 19-16 ball game still. Ahead to Logan Deal. Pugmire off of his feet, fouls him. And I mean, this has just been a foul fest. The JV game was like this. It took 6 hours to play because we were at the free throw line every possession. That's not saying anything against the officials. That was a foul.
Makes the first.
And Logan Deal hits the free throw. He's got 5. And with a chance to make it a 5-point game, Deal fires away and hits the second. 6 for Logan Deal. It's a 5-point ball game with 4:45 to play in the first half. Mountain Crest working on that zone. They get it inside to Pugmire.
Pugmire takes it to the hole for 2.
Deal, as soon as he feels the contact, hits the deck. We've seen that a couple times tonight. One time it's gone for Skyview, another time against. And here's Mountain Crest hitting the deck, doing the same thing, and this time they get the call.
Mustang basketball.
I didn't see who that foul was on, but that's the second turnover for Skyview. That's a dangerous pass. Davis throws it away after he gets a hold of it. Arnell's checking to see if his nose is still on. His 2 Bobcats came over there after that ball like a couple of great white sharks, honing in and zeroing in on the same surfer. Skyview just is so good in that zone. Well, there's another big contact out front, no foul call. Miss by Nethercott as he had a good look. And it's rebounded by Skyview. 21-18 Skyview, 3:45 to play in the first half. A second quarter that's kind of dragged on a little bit, a lot of fouls. 9 on Skyview, 6 on Mountain Crest. Nethercott rebounds the miss by Deal as Pugmire did a good job of holding his ground and not fouling. Anderson's 3 on the way. We're tied again. Rigdon Anderson with 6. It's 21-all here in Hyrum with 3:15 to play in the first half. The Mustangs hanging around as Skyview led by 3, 16-13 at the end of 1. Down low, Logan Deal on a nice pass from Carter Davis. Deal with 8. Robbins crosses midcourt. So the Mustangs aren't turning the ball over at midcourt. But like everybody, they're really having to work for a shot against that Skyview zone. Robbins with the rebound off the Anderson miss. New shot clock. Long 3 by Arnell, short. Rebound chased down, Pugmire and Davis. And it's Mountain Crest basketball. 23-21 Skyview, 2:29 to play in the first half. Out front, they go to Nethercott. Nethercott, the leading scorer for the Mustangs, scoreless in this ball game. Anderson tries to get inside as it's stripped away. Out of bounds off of Anderson. 8th turnover now for Mountain Crest. 4 in each quarter. Skyview with 2. Mountain Crest was hoping they were going to get bailed out by a foul call there, but no such luck. Hope is not a strategy. Carter Davis leans in, kicks it back out. 2 minutes to play in the half. 23-21 Skyview. And now we got a double dribble.
Turnover, Mountain Crest basketball.
Rigby at first kind of went, wait, what? And then he shook his head like, yeah, I did. Terrell comes into the ball game. Kenny Terrell and Carter Davis will take a rest. And a big deal for Mountain Crest, they've done this with Hess, who's played really well in that first quarter on the bench for this entire quarter with 2 fouls. They've stayed within shouting distance. He's really having a good game. Short on the shot, rebounded by Robbins. Robbins works, tries to step in, a lot of contact, and finally the whistle blows. And Rigby picks up his second. You know, I think the officials are a little slow on the whistle because of, we've seen it earlier in this half, right? Both teams are getting some contact and then bailing out of there like they've been hit with a club, right? And I think since that's happened 2 or 3 times, the officials now they're really waiting to make sure there's contact. Robbins with 4 points. Can't get to 5 as he misses the second free throw. It's a 1-point game. Skyview with the lead in the ball as we're under 90 seconds to play here in this first half. Running some motion offense. Out to Hayden Howell. He's got a clean look and he knows what to do with it. Such a pretty shot. And it's a 4-point lead for Skyview with 1:10 to play and a timeout for the Bobcats as they want to talk about the final 70 seconds of this half. For over 50 years, Custom Fence has been providing privacy, security, and peace of mind to customers. It seems weird maybe talking about a fence with, 2.5 feet of snow on the ground out there, but spring will be here before you know it. And Custom Fence is who you need to talk to if you have some fencing jobs. They started out, they've got roots right here in Cache Valley, and they've completed thousands of fences of all sizes, of all makes, all over the western United States. Visit CustomFence.com to schedule your free consultation today. And don't forget about the good folks at Old Grist Mill, man. They make bread the way it was meant to be made with that select high-protein wheat milled daily in their bakery. Only the finest and freshest quality ingredients. You go in there and you get their lunch special, right? The sandwich and the chips, a drink and a treat, usually a cookie or something. Whew, you can't beat it. Drop in for a free slice of bread, see what everybody's talking about at Old Grist Mill. Mountain Crest trying to finish strong and stay within shouting distance of the Bobcats. They're down by 4 with just under a minute to play here in this first half. Nethercott, 3, traveling. My goodness. That's this Mountain Crest crowd down in front. They're wondering about that. I'd love to be able to look at that one again. It's maybe saying that he moved that foot before he put that basketball down. Howell again off the screen. Can't get it to go. Hunsaker on the deck. Mountain Crest calls timeout. We got two officials with two different calls. What are they going to do? Jump ball. And it's Skyview's ball.
It's Skyview basketball.
You can call timeout, but if two people possess the ball, then they're usually not going to give it to you. Lob into Rigby. About 3 seconds difference from the shot clock and the game clock. Tanner Davis firing for three. Won't go. Hilliard picks it up the rebound. Now the shot clock is off. And Davis is going to hold out front, a 4-point lead and a chance at the final shot of the half for the Bobcats, 26-21. Deal comes up to set the screen. And a rebound foul. We're going the other way.
Foul.
Deal just picked up his second foul with 7.5. Wait, they changed the call. And Coach Smith is livid. They kind of call it on Hunter Pugmire. And that official came in and Pugmire was the guy underneath. And at first they looked like they called on Skyview because Skyview was upset, and then the official changed the call. And Coach Smith is not happy. And that's free throws.
Logan Deal will be shooting 2.
And it means also that Logan Deal doesn't pick up his second foul. And Deal's perfect from the free throw line tonight. He's 4 for 4. He's got 8 points, looking for double figures on this trip. Mountain Crest has done such a good job defensive rebounding tonight, and they were unable to corral a couple of misses there. Skyview really crashed the boards hard. There is no room for error against this Bobcats team. Coach Smith this entire time has been talking to that official. Miss on the second. Anderson with the rebound. Hands it off to Hunsaker. Long three off the back of the iron. Still, Mountain Crest hanging in there against the high-powered Bobcats. It's 27-22. Skyview leads at the half. You're watching the Game of the Week on the Valley Channel.
Get your tickets out for the ultimate shootout. Make $100. Here is the ticket number 5.
I like Anderson's because they have beautiful selections of fresh flowers. They're family owned and been in business for a long time, and they make you feel like part of the family.
Cache Valley Hearing and Audiology.
At Cache Valley Hearing and Audiology, we believe in a very thorough hearing test. Do you hear ringing noises? Does any member of your family have hearing loss? Do you have frequent or severe headaches? Any numbness in your face or fingertips? Do loud sounds hurt your ears? Were you in the military? Have you ever had your hearing tested before?
No, I have not.
Say the word mousetrap. Say the word baseball. Say the word airplane. Say the word cowboy. It also told us if you had a hope, I was able to make the words and you were still able to.
Your ranges. What are all the rest of the...
Okay.
Bring back what you've been missing. Bring back Cache Valley Hearing and Audiology.
Your password is password, and everything you own is gray, Mike.
I thought you liked Basic Mike.
That was before I had Wendy's made to crave chicken sandwiches. Now I know I can do better than basic.
Upgrade from basic with 3 new sandwiches on Wendy's Made to Crave menu. The barbecue chicken sandwich, avocado BLT chicken sandwich, and the sauce and bacon chicken sandwich. At Wendy's, we got you.
I need to take a long drive at exactly the speed limit.
The whole game, I don't hear anybody in the crowd. It's just me and the pitcher out there. Sometimes I'll hear a coach off to the side give a clap. Then I know that runner is going to steal. So then I give the pitcher the sign. Baseball has just been my one constant through my life. It's harder to be a catcher than any other position. We have to be a lot more vocal, leaders of the team, and there's so much more time spent in the bullpen catching pitchers. It's always my fault if something happens. I feel 100% responsible.
I always hear him say he wants to play competitive baseball as long as possible, but ultimately go into the medical profession.
I teach myself organic chemistry for fun just because I think it's fascinating. I do a lot of backyard experiments.
He teaches me chemistry. He's like, so my head is the nucleus and these are the electrons and they're moving around.
ZoomTech is the LLC that I created for biotech devices. I want to help prevent or test breast cancer in the future.
Both of my sisters had breast cancer, and so when Karsten was a toddler, I decided to have preventative double mastectomies, and he was always by my side.
It's just always made me want to raise awareness of breast cancer and help other women fight through it. Definitely something that I think about because I know that I'm a carrier for the gene and it could go through my family or to my sister.
I don't like to admit it, but I brag about him a lot. Oh, there's my brother.
He's bright, he's inventive, compassionate. I'm very sentimental.
Naturally, I think, want to be successful and just pursue things that I think are interesting and take it to the maximum level. Especially with like breast cancer, I want to help as many people as I can. And I'm not going to let failures deter me.
The Game of the Week on the Valley Channel is brought to you by Wendy's of Cache Valley. It's way better than fast food. It's Wendy's. Cache Valley Hearing and Audiology. Bring back what you have been missing. Palmer Home Furnishings. Our low overhead means higher quality at lower prices. Aspen Dental. Get that gorgeous smile you've always wanted. Custom Fence Company. Privacy, security, peace of mind. Rich's Cars and Credit. Good guys you can trust. Anderson Seed and Garden. Growing better gardeners. The Logo Shop. We logo stuff. All kinds of stuff. KSM means music. Music is all we do. Factory Pizzeria. We're open late after the game. And the Valley Channel. Cache Valley's TV station for over 30 years. Back at Mountain Crest High School, Eric Olson along with you on the Game of the Week as Skyview leads Mountain Crest 27-22. Low scoring first half. Skyview missing a lot of shots. Mountain Crest turning the ball over quite a bit. The Mustangs doing a good job on their defensive rebounding to limit Skyview's opportunities, and they're able to stay close despite Caden Hess getting into foul trouble in that first quarter, not playing the entire second quarter. Skyview was paced by Tanner Davis, who had 10 points all in the first period. 9 points for Logan Deal, 5 points for Hayden Howell and Carter Davis with 3. For Mountain Crest, 8 points for Hess. They came in that first period before he got in foul trouble. 6 for Rigdon Anderson on 2 3-pointers. Ray Robbins had 4, and Hunter Pugmire had 4. Other scores of interest, we didn't have a halftime score, but we had a first quarter score. Ridgeline was leading Logan by 2 at the end of 1, 12-10. And the number 2 team in the RPI and the number 1 team in the Deseret News Poll is Dixie, and they are losing to Crimson Cliffs late in that ball game. They're down by about 7, and that one's an interesting one because I've had a couple of coaches tell me that you need to keep your eyes on Crimson Cliffs. They think that they can be a spoiler. Crimson Cliffs is 7th in the RPI right now, and currently they're beating Dixie. So Dixie, Snow Canyon, Desert Hills, all good ball clubs down south. It's going to be interesting. Next year will be really interesting with the expanded 4A, and now you've got teams from all over the state, not just the very far north and the very far south. Leiser starts the second half.
Leiser takes the hole for 2.
With the foul trouble on Hess, and he goes to the hole and puts in the bucket. Back to a 3-point lead for Skyview as they come out running that motion offense. Give it off to Tanner Davis. Tanner and Carter Davis play catch with it on the far side. Nethercott's chasing Howell around. Howell cross-court pass. Carter Davis 3 won't go. He hit the deck, no whistle. Rebounded by Anderson, ahead to Robbins. Robbins lets Rigby go by and then misses. Robbins gets his miss, puts it back up and in. 6 for Robbins, and it's a 1-point ball game after 1 minute of play here in this third period. Tanner Davis works on Anderson, stops, fades, hits. Tanner Davis with 12, his first bucket since the first period. He started out this game with 10 points in that first period. He had three free throws and two two-point buckets, including a dunk. 29-26. Skyview with the lead. Nethercott. Mountain Crest trying to get him off the schneid. He misses again. Pugmire goes up for the board, and he has a chance to tie it. And 1 for Hunter Pugmire. And that's going to go on Logan Deal, his second. And the first for Skyview. So Pugmire has 6 points, 1 more with a chance to tie. It's a tie ball game. Well, Mountain Crest scrapping. The heavily favored Bobcats only have led by only 5 points. Brooks Rigby with a nice little pass, turns it and scores. Rigby with his first bucket of the game. These Skyview players they are always on the same page. They missed a lot of shots in that first half, and I don't expect that to continue. Anderson 3 won't go. And a better job on the defensive boards on that possession by Skyview. Here's Tanner Davis. Fake right, go left, kick it to the corner to brother Carter Davis, and he hits. Carter Davis with 6, and it's back out to a 5-point advantage for Skyview. Both of these teams have scored 7 points in less than 3 minutes in this third period. Anderson shut off on the drive. Nethercott averages 12 points a game. He hasn't scored in this ball game. Skyview is really shutting him down. Fires one up, won't go. He's had a couple of good looks. That one was a tough shot that haven't gone, but Skyview's just really made life difficult for him. And here's Pugmire with the foul, and Deal racing down court, gets the bucket.
Third personal foul.
Pugmire picks up his third.
Checking in for the Mustang.
Hess is going to check in after the timeout. So Hess had to sit with the fouls. He started the second half in foul trouble on the bench, and now he'll finally come in. Well, we talked about Palmer Home Furnishings, right? You can go get that furniture that they picked up down at that Vegas show, that half-price furniture they picked up down there. They're going to pass on the savings to you. Well, here's the other thing they got going on with that big President's Day sale. Pretty much every purchase gets you a free gift. And the gifts get better the more money you spend. That Sevenani blankets you're going to get one of those probably no matter what, but they have Camp Chef smokers. They've got gift cards from Al's Sporting Goods. They've got the paddle boards and the kayaks from Lifetime Fitness. So go down there, pick up some new furniture, get yourself a free gift at the Palmer's Home Furnishings President's Day sale. Palmer's Home Furnishings, a Game of the Week sponsor. So Logan Deal has 11. He's looking for 12. And he can't find it. Rebound off the miss by Robbins. It was a 1-point game less than a minute ago, and now Skyview leads by 7. Oh, that was close to a turnover. Pugmire puts it up, down close, misses, and Hess fighting for the rebound and picks up just a cheap foul.
Foul number 30. Cade Hess, 4th personal foul.
That's his
17th
4th.
foul.
And Coach Smith, you could hear him clear up here. That's your 4th foul. Don't foul. Carter Davis, 3 off the front of the iron, rebounded by Nethercott. See if Mountain Crest runs. They had an opportunity and decided not to run. Here's Robbins going to the rim, and Deal just picked up his 3rd foul.
Number 40, Logan Dill, 3rd personal foul.
He knew it too.
17 fouls.
Skipped his way clear to the far sideline.
Joseph Hunsaker.
Hunsaker's going to come
Robbins
in.
shooting 2.
And Robbins gets 2 free throws.
Checking in.
He hits the first.
Skyview Bobcats. Cole Hilliard.
So Carter Davis is going to take a seat. Cole Hilliard will come in for him. Logan Deal will stay on the court with 3 fouls. And Hess has to come sit down after picking up his 4th. Robbins hits both. Robbins with 8. (36-31) Skyview. Down low to Deal. Pugmire gives ground. Deal turns in, and Pugmire just picked up his 4th.
Foul number 5, Ray Robbins.
No, they're going to call it on
Personal
Robbins
foul,
on the
13
reach in.
foul.
So instead of calling it on Pugmire with the body, they call it on Robbins reaching in. And Coach Smith is pacing in front of his bench, just really begging his team to defend without fouling. Skyview doesn't need any help getting points. They're very good at it.
It's his 2nd.
Deal hits them both. He has 13. And now Deal will sit, and Kenny Terrell comes into the ball game with 3:52 to play in the 3rd period. And Skyview back up by 7. Matches their largest lead of the ball game. See how Mountain Crest responds. Down low, Robbins spins to his left, puts it up, misses too hard. Rebounded by Rigby. Tanner Davis hands it back to Rigby. Rigby all the way in, knocked away by Robbins as he was looking for Terrell.
Knocked out by the Mustangs. Skyview basketball.
Skyview retains possession. 3:28 to play in the 3rd. 27 seconds on the shot clock. Down low to Rigby. Pugmire's there. Has to just stand straight up with his foul trouble. And it's rebounded by Anderson. Anderson quickly the other way. Lay it up, miss it. Rebounded by Rigby as he did a good job of blocking out Pugmire. I'm thinking Skyview probably talked about rebounding at halftime. Foul on Hunsaker as Tanner Davis will go to the line.
Foul number 11, Joseph Hunsaker, 2nd personal foul.
Hunsaker's 2nd. Davis is perfect from the free throw line tonight. He's 4 for 4 with 1 more. He's got 13 points. He misses. It's the announcer jinx in full effect. 3 minutes to play in the 3rd quarter, an 8-point lead for Skyview. Hunsaker falls down, loses the ball, wants a foul, is not going to get it. Throw it up for Terrell, miss it. Ahead to Hunsaker. Rigby is back. Hunsaker runs right up his chest.
Hunsaker takes the hold, his foul.
And they're going to call the block.
Number 45, Brooks Rigby, 3rd personal foul, 13 fouls.
Rigby and Deal now both with 3 personal fouls. Carter Davis has 2. For Mountain Crest, Hunter Pugmire and Caden Hess both with 4 personals.
It's his first.
Hunsaker on the board now as he makes the free throw. Hunsaker with one more. It's a 6-point ball game. Mountain Crest hanging in there. They're playing hard. Skyview, maybe a little bit of playing with their food here. As Rigby, and one. That's going to be number 5 on Hunsaker if it's on him. Let's see. They're not Hunsaker. Pugmire. No, it's just his 4th. And that's team foul number 5. So Lizer will come in and Pugmire will sit. As Rigby with 4 looking for one more. Can make it a 9-point Skyview lead. Misses. But Skyview's just, they saw their lead dwindle down to 1 early in this third quarter, and since then they've just kind of methodically started to pull away from Mountain Crest. The miss by Hunsaker. Tanner Davis calling for the ball. Drives in, lay it up, miss it. Rebounded by Rigby and a foul.
Foul, number 4.
That's on Rigdon Anderson, his second.
16 foul. Rigby shooting 2.
That's the 15th foul of the evening on Mountain Crest.
It's his first.
As
Checking in.
Rigby hits the first.
For the Bobcats, Carter Davis, number 5.
9 fouls on Skyview.
It's his second.
Skyview doesn't really foul all that much because playing that zone, you can't get inside on them, and a lot of fouls happen at the rim. And now it's a 10-point lead for Skyview. Step back 3 by Hunsaker off the front of the iron, rebounded by Tanner Davis. Kenny Terrell, good defense by Nethercott. Slows him down. Terrell gives it off to Carter Davis. Across the lane and in.
2 points by Davis.
Davis now with 8. Remember I talked about 20-point quarters in Skyview, how they'll just blow a team away with one big 20-plus point quarter. Well, they've got 18 this quarter. Hunsaker puts it up and in. Mountain Crest has scored 13 this quarter. 45-35 with 1:20 to play and another foul. There's going to be free throws the rest of this ball game.
Foul on Rigby Anderson, 3rd personal foul.
Anderson picked up his 3rd.
17 foul, timeout, Mustangs.
And Coach Smith
30-second.
wants a 30-second timeout. 45-35 Skyview with 1:18 to play in the third quarter. KSM Music's a longtime sponsor of the Game of the Week on the Valley Channel. KSM means music because music is all that we do. Rentals, lessons, everything else music related can be found at KSM Music. Hey, don't forget about the good folks at the Factory Pizzeria. For over 3 decades, they've been serving up the best pizzas, sandwiches, nachos, and hot wings in Logan. Remember that Monday special? Buy any large pizza, get the second half off, and they're open late after the game. That's even better, that Monday special, because it's a holiday on Monday. So some people get that holiday, you might as well have pizza for lunch and dinner. Sounds good to me.
Terrell will be shooting a 1-1.
Kenny Terrell 1-1. Skyview in the bonus the rest of the game. But Kenny Terrell misses. He knew he missed it as soon as he put it up. He ran in there following it. But Mountain Crest was able to get the rebound. The bump by Tanner Davis on Nethercott.
Personal foul, 14 foul.
And by my count, that's the first foul on Tanner Davis. Hunsaker out to Nethercott. Nethercott scoreless in this ballgame. He's their leading scorer. Robbins going to hand it off to Nethercott. They're going to try to get him going. Nethercott put it up, miss it. Rebound slapped off the back of the iron and taken down by Hilliard. Under a minute to play in this third quarter, a 45-35 Skyview lead. They led by 5 at the third quarter break. And here's another foul on Mountain Crest. Hunsaker.
Foul number 11.
Picks up his third.
Personal foul.
Anderson and Hunsaker with 3 apiece, 4 on Pugmire and Hess. And more free throws coming for Skyview. Davis will go to line. This will be, let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 free throws in this third quarter for Skyview. Mountain Crest shot 5 of their own. Mountain Crest shot more free throws in the first half than Skyview did. Davis makes them both.
Checking in.
15 for Tanner Davis. He'll sit down and rest for a minute. Hayden Howell comes back in. Deal, Terrell, Howell, Carter Davis, and Hilliard for the Bobcats. Here's Anderson down the lane, has it swatted away and taken away. 11th turnover for Mountain Crest, only their second in this third period. Howell down low, Hilliard's all alone as the defense breaks down. Cole Hilliard with his first bucket. A 22-point quarter for the Bobcats, and they lead by 14. Here's another turnover out front on the run are the Bobcats. Ball won't go at the end of the quarter. And it's 49-35 Skyview as we head to the fourth. You're watching the game of the week on the Valley Channel. You know, we've talked all night long about that great big President's Day sale going on at Palmer's Home Furnishing. Always the biggest sale of the year, right? They've been down to that Vegas furniture show. They bought $75,000 worth of furniture that they picked up for half price, which means they get to pass the savings on to you. Southern Motion is the brand. They've bought the display furniture from all of those. It's in great condition. There's nothing wrong with it. You get the savings. You get American-made furniture at a great low price. Oh, Brett down there at Palmer's, he knows what he's doing. He loves the local sports scene. His kids all play in sports. He really believes in it, about the things that you can really teach your kids about sports, with sports, right? About teamwork and it's not just about one person. In fact, we were going to have him on the air tonight and do a little interview about this big sale with him, but he's at one of his kids' ball games down south, and so we couldn't get him. He's got plenty to do with that big sale going on all weekend at Palmer's Home Furnishings. Here's the backdoor lob to Terrell. Bam! Oh, hurt me, Kenny. As he throws it down. And the foul. It's on Lizer.
Checking in for Mountain Crest Mustangs, Caden Hess.
Lizer with his first. Kenny Terrell climbing that ladder. 3-point play is completed. As he gets the dunk and the free throw. Hess back in the ball game. He's played sparingly because he picked up 4 fouls in the first quarter. Cross-court pass picked off. 13th turnover for Mountain Crest. This thing's kind of coming off the rails now for the Mustangs. They hung in. They hung in for 2.5 quarters, but Skyview just started flexing their muscles. Here's Deal missing. Terrell fights for the rebound, but good position by Hunsaker, and he takes it away. And a foul out front, the 15 foul on Skyview. And Hayden Howell says, wait, what, me? And they said, no, it's on 14. Kenny Terrell's first.
15 foul.
Nethercott looking for Hunsaker off the curl. Got it to him late because he was being defended well by one of those Davis boys. Robbins down low, nowhere to go. Tanner Davis reaches out with those big long squid arms and taps it away. Carter Davis, 3, won't go. Rebounded by Robbins on the backside. Mountain Crest now hustling across midcourt. Skyview's back. That's another thing the Bobcats do very well. They don't let teams beat them down the court. they get back defensively in a hurry. There's a foul down low. Are they going to call it on Hess or are they going to call it on Deal? They're going to call it on Deal, his fourth.
16 foul. Checking in for 45. Brooks
Rigby will have to come in, and Deal sits down. He can read his lips as he heads to the bench and says, that's not a foul. So he didn't feel like it was a foul, and the guys with the whistles did. And they always win those debates. Here's Hunsaker. Uses the entire rim and gets it to go. Hunsaker with 6, all in the second half. 52-37. Skyview on top by 15 with 6:18 to play in the ballgame. Both teams in the penalty, free throws for the rest of the way. Had a lot of those here in this second half. Davis poked away, taken away. That's only the 4th turnover on Skyview.
Foul number 14.
Kenny Terrell picks up his second. And so we're going to be shooting a free throw here at the other end. 2 if Rigdon Anderson makes the first one. Now, we mentioned it early in the game about how Skyview in almost every game has used it 1 quarter where they've just blown a ball game open by scoring 20-plus points in that quarter. They did it in the 3rd quarter with 22. Anderson with 7, now 8 points.
That's his second.
And it's 52-39. Skyview on top. Slipping under the 6-minute mark. Rigby hands it back to Terrell. Terrell changes direction, and now out front with Howell. Howell, pull-up 3. Too hard, rebound. Anderson has it poked away, ball's free, and Hess has it. Robbins. Carter Davis is back, so Robbins passes it away, and out front, Rigby takes it away. Ball's free. Timeout called by Mountain Crest as they finally gain possession. Kenny Terrell lays on the floor for a minute as he will have some floor burn to show for that one. Cache Valley Hearing and Audiology is one of our game sponsors. Today's hearing aid technology can improve not only your life, but the lives of people who care about you. You'll be able to hear about what they're laughing about, understand those conversations again. Dr. Paul Daines, he will customize a hearing improvement program to meet your unique needs, whatever they are. He has more degrees than a thermometer, and that's important, right? You want somebody that knows what they're doing, not just somebody off the street that's at the kiosk in the mall. Dr. Paul Daines will do more than just turn up the volume on the amplifier in your ear. Cache Valley Hearing and Audiology, a Game of the Week sponsor. Are you in the market for a new or used car, or a new used car? Well, Rich's Cars and Credit has a great selection and great stock of used cars, trucks, and SUVs in their inventory. They've got competitive prices on every pre-owned model for sale on their lot. You will not find a reason to visit any other dealership in North Logan if you go and check out Rich's Cars and Credit, a Game of the Week sponsor. Well, the game flow has been up and down tonight as there's been a lot of fouls called in a game that's been pretty physical. But with 5:15 to play in the ball game, it's a 13-point Skyview lead. Hunsaker's 3 won't go. Rebound. Tanner Davis reaches out, takes it down. Give it ahead to Carter Davis. He's bumped as he goes in. No foul called. Miss at the rim by Rigby, taken away by Hunsaker. Hunsaker down court to Robbins. Howell gets back. Robbins misses, and it goes out of bounds. It looked like maybe Mountain Crest knocked it out of bounds, but they say it's going to stay here. Robbins could hear Howell thundering down the court coming after that one, and he put it up just a little short. And Mountain Crest will get another chance at it. Hess spins into his left, short, rebounded by Howell. Hess playing with 4 fouls, and they're going to go right after him. He's got to keep his hands out of there. Rigby has it taken away. 5th turnover as Hunsaker comes up with it. Hess firing away, missing. From that left elbow, free throw line extended. Wouldn't go. Mountain Crest has had a couple of chances to cut the lead down to single digits, and they've been unable to convert. Here's Deal. His shot goes.
2 points by Logan Deal. Timeout, Skyview. Full.
15 for Logan Deal, and Skyview wants a timeout. It's a full timeout. 54-39, 4:03 to play in the ball game. Who likes going to the dentist? Raise your hand. Bueller? Bueller? I'm waiting. Nobody's raising their hand. Well, you know, at Aspen Dental, you won't have to be so worried about going to the dentist. Their doctors and staff are there to provide you and your family with the exceptional dental care that you deserve. They're trained in the latest techniques and materials to give you comfortable, convenient, and quality care, and they've got a goal. All right, their goal is to make your visit as comfortable and enjoyable as possible. You can get laughing gas, oral sedation, or even IV sedation if you're one of those patients that really has some anxiety about going to the dentist. That's Aspen Dental, a Game of the Week sponsor. After 3 quarters in Millville, a tight ball game, Logan leads Ridgeline 44-43. Hurricane John from the Radio Ranch taken in a ball game here tonight. He's the voice of the Skyview Bobcats, coming by and sharing an interesting score.
It'll be Mountain Crest basketball.
4:03 to play. 15-point lead for Skyview. Mountain Crest trying to claw their way back into it. Hunsaker running over one of the Bobcats, and they're going to call a blocking foul on Logan Deal. He's done for the night.
18 foul.
He gets right up, walks to the bench. And Hunsaker will shoot 2 free throws. Hunsaker was 6 points all here in this second half. Coach Hilliard has a 1 minute to get a sub in there for Deal. He doesn't take that time. He sends Kenny Terrell right out. Kenny Terrell with the play of the night on the lob that he elevated up and slammed down right on the noggin of one of the Mustangs. And he got a free throw to go with it. Hunsaker makes the first free throw. Misses the second. 7 for Hunsaker, all in the second half. 14-point lead as Skyview walks the ball across. 14-point lead for Skyview, I should say. Now they're going to run that motion again. Davis in the corner to Terrell. Terrell across the lane, out front to Howell, who directs traffic. Tanner Davis comes and gets it. 7 seconds. Davis in the corner to Terrell. His 3 won't go. Rebounded by Rigby. Rigby across the lane, misses. Hess takes it down and then dribbles it off his own foot and out of bounds. He had it knocked away. He really should have just kept it high or covered it up. Skyview's not turning and running with it, so they just kind of lurk around, right? They're like mosquitoes. 6-foot-tall mosquitoes with long octopus arms. Davis in the corner to Howell. Terrell. Pop. Miss. Board. Anderson coming the other way. Under 3 minutes to play in the ball game. Robbins, long 3 on the way. Off the iron and rebounded by Hayden Howell. And Tanner Davis is going to trot across the timeline with 2:35 to play in the ball game. And a 14-point Skyview lead. Robbins tries to check him. Out front to Carter Davis, 3, short, rebound Anderson. Anderson pushes all the way to the rim, and a foul. 2 shots coming.
Number 5, Carter Davis, third personal foul. 18 foul.
Carter Davis
Anderson
with his
shooting
3rd. And Anderson will go to the line for 2. Anderson with 8 points on the night. Mountain Crest enjoying the free throw advantage here in this fourth quarter. This will be their 6th free throw. Skyview shot 1. They've outscored Skyview 8-5 here in this fourth quarter, but they still trail 54-41. And there's only 2 minutes and 10 seconds to play in the ball game. 20 on the shot clock. Howell, nice pass to Kenny Terrell. Terrell misses. He had to kind of reach back and lean back for that one. Block. As Nethercott tried to get to the rim, he's blocked. And Skyview now just trying to close this thing out, leading by 13 with 1:42 to play in the ball game. That looked like a travel that Davis got away with. He got the steps and 2 hops, and he gets the bucket. 10 for Carter Davis. Anderson fouled as he's bumped.
Anderson takes a whole foul.
Not a lot of contact there, but enough to draw the whistle as Kenny Terrell
Third personal foul.
picks up his third. All of those coming here in the fourth. Logan Deals fouled out. Pugmire's on the floor for Mountain Crest with 4 fouls. Anderson
Timeout, Mountain Crest.
now with 10. Mountain Crest is going to take a timeout. That gives us a chance to mention Anderson, Seed, and Garden. Now listen, there's still a lot of snow out there. It's winter in Cache Valley. There's more snow coming next week. And I'm sure you're anxious to get out in the garden already. Some of you folks just love that. I love it, right? I love being out in the yard, in the garden, helping things grow. Well, you can start indoors. Go see the folks at Anderson Seed and Garden. They'll give you an outdoor seed starter kit. There's a heating pad, there's a little greenhouse dome, and they've got their collection of seeds and good advice on how to get you started indoors so that when the time comes, you can already be ahead of the game and transplant outdoors. It's Anderson Seed and Garden, the Game of the Week sponsor. I don't know if we can get a shot. Right straight across the court from us. See, there's a gal in kind of blue denim right straight across from us right down here. Okay, well, right behind her is a guy in a black sweatshirt. And that would be J.C. Carroll. We got to go this way. Right there. The guy in the khakis and the black sweatshirt, that is J.C. Carroll, an all-time Aggie great, an all-time pro basketball great in Europe. He lives here in Cache Valley as the free throw is good by Anderson. But he's being honored tomorrow night. I think they're going to be retiring his number up into the rafters of the Spectrum tomorrow night in that Nevada game, that sold-out Nevada game. After Anderson's free throws, it's a 56-43 ball game as Howell swoops in. And he has 7 points. And that's pretty much your ball game as Mountain Crest works it around. Howell looks like he tapped it. He did. The Mustangs still running their stuff. Coach Smith told me, look, we know we got an uphill battle tonight, but we want to run our stuff. We want to run it well. We want to hang in. Maybe have a chance late, but we want to show ourselves that we can have a chance to win that first round playoff game so that we can go play at the Spectrum. Our goal is to be able to play at the Spectrum. That means a second round, a quarterfinal appearance in the playoffs. And I think the Mustangs played pretty well tonight for 2.5 quarters. And then Skyview, there's just too big of an engine under that hood. And they went to work, did the Bobcats, and put the Mustangs away. 14 turnovers for Mountain Crest. That's a big negative tonight for Mountain Crest. Skyview's only turned it over 5 times. 27 seconds to play, and it's all over but the crying here in Hyrum. The final regular season game as Davis kicks it out to Terrell. The shot clock is off. Skyview does not need a shot. In Millville down the street, Logan's leading Ridgeline late in that ball game. So things still going on as we wrap up here in Hyrum. 58-43. Skyview beats Mountain Crest. Next week, Tuesday, is when the home games will start for the playoffs. We won't know what those matchups are until this weekend. Keep your eye on our Facebook page and on our Twitter, and we'll let you know what's coming up in the playoffs. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time on the Valley Channel. The Game of the Week on the Valley Channel is brought to you by Wendy's of Cache Valley. It's way better than fast food. It's Wendy's. Cache Valley Hearing and Audiology. Bring back what you have been missing. Palmer Home Furnishings. Our low overhead means higher quality at lower prices. Aspen Dental. Get that gorgeous smile you've always wanted. Custom Fence Company. Privacy, security, peace of mind. Rich's Cars and Credit. Good guys you can trust. Anderson Seed and Garden. Growing better gardeners. The Logo Shop. We logo stuff. All kinds of stuff. KSM means music. Music is all we do. Factory Pizzeria. We're open late after the game. And the Valley Channel, Cache Valley's TV station for over 30 years.